Welcome to the Amy Schumer Super Fan Cave, where I, Mandy Kaplan, will just extol the virtues and talent and miracles of Amy Schumer. And if my beloved best friend and co-host, Mandy Fabian, says anything negative, I will tell her to F off.
Okay, well, this is going to be a short podcast, so let's get to it.
Wait a minute, cut this shit.
Before we end our friendship,
I had no idea today was the day I would have dressed differently for like one last picture.
How would you have dressed differently? Yeah?
Look, I would have worn my nice
You're wearing
sweatshirt.
a zippy sweatshirt.
Yeah,
and,
I would have worn my nice sweatshirt for this. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Maybe my Mandcave sweatshirt because it's obviously going to be on clearance after this.
Oh, so sad. Think of how disappointed the Fandies will be, especially the one who reached out to us and said, great episode. I want more in-character Family Feud segments.
You did great. You crushed it.
Thank you so much. Last week's episode was a real roller coaster, and you got to listen all the way to the end.
Yeah, you do.
All the way, people. There's what I'm told is an Easter egg at the end.
There is an Easter egg that I think I missed it. I don't understand. I didn't understand it. I knew what it was, but I didn't understand. Is that music from something famous, or is there some show that I haven't watched?
Our beloved Pete Wright. Mandcave is a production of True Story FM, engineering by Pete Wright, music by Ian Post. Pete Wright said, record this as a dramatic, like, wartime letter, and I'm going to Ken Burns it up. That was his vision.
Oh, Ken Burns. Okay. I gotcha. I kept going, I don't know what documentary this is, or I didn't know. I didn't get the music. Okay. All right.
So I read our very irate Fandies review of Inventing Anna as if I were a Civil War wife. And that is the very end of the episode. Yes. Do they give Oscars for podcast Easter eggs?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Okay.
You just have to submit. I'll send you the link, and it's like there's a Venmo. It's kind of a weird username, but just go for it. And it costs a little money, but it's worth it.
Sure. Yeah. It is worth it. So before we dive in, I wanted to ask you, what's the weirdest thing you've ever brushed your teeth with?
I want to say probably just straight up baking soda is the weirdest thing. Although if I haven't brought a toothbrush or whatever, I go old school, like Shakespeare in Love. Like finger doesn't do it for me. Like I'll take like a curtain of a hotel and like rub the plaque off my teeth. Like it's got to be a fabric or something that can really give you the friction to get the stuff off. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I've definitely done the finger back in my walk of shame days.
I'll say.
Hello. But recently on a family getaway, my beloved husband accidentally used hemorrhoid cream to brush his teeth.
Oh my God, it's like something out of a Farrelly Brothers movie. He really
It is one of the funniest things to ever happen. And the other family we were with, fan of the show, Suzanne, said that today, her husband actually accidentally used cortisone cream, and they thought of Jeremy. So I have never used a funky non-toothpaste, but I can't stop giggling when I think about brushing your teeth with those things.
Oh my God, are the tubes actually that similar?
In a dark hotel room? Yes. I don't know what Suzanne's husband was doing and why he used cortisone cream. If he wants to let me know, at Mandy_Kaplan_Clavens.
It's so sexy, all these anal problems and skin rashes. You know what I mean? It just really, that's why you brush your teeth, because with all of that sex appeal going on, you want to, you want a clean mouth for that.
This is middle to late age. What do you call the age we're at? We're not even middle-aged anymore.
I don't know. I'm still 30.
Yes, you are.
In my head.
I know. Still having nightmares about showing up for your shift at the Hard Rock Cafe.
Oh my God, how crazy is that?
Yeah,
it was so real. And in my dream, I waited tables at the Hard Rock Cafe, and last night I had to just telling people who don't know. But in my dream, it was like this weird, sad thing where I was like, well, Patrick was even there, or he was coming by to like talk to me about like, when you're done with your shift, come meet me down at the thing.
Hot, yeah.
I remember feeling very much like, God, we agreed to this? This is our family plan that I'm going to
Yeah.
go back to waiting tables at the Hard Rock. Like, I was so happy to be there in the beginning. I was like, I'm waiting tables again. And then by the end of the dream, I was like, God, how did I end up here? And what do you want on your pig sandwich?
Right.
It's crazy.
I have a little, a not so secret dream that a
Yeah.
friend will open up a really nice restaurant / bar. And for fun, I will work there one night a week. I want to get back behind a
Oh.
bar. I want to wait
Yep.
tables, like just for fun, because it's my friend's restaurant and they need the help. And
You're
you know,
hired.
thank you.
You just gave
Would
me
you-
my next life plan.
I know. Wouldn't it be fun though to work at
Yeah.
a restaurant if it weren't your dire need, which is how you and I
Yeah.
did it for so long. But
Totally. No, I
so-
would love it.
let's open up some restaurants, friends and
Yeah,
family. What's wrong with you people?
Yeah, because I'm tired. I don't want to go back to dating apps. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying for future, not now. Obviously, I'm very happy in my marriage, but like, if we ever want to hook up again, like meeting people in person and working at restaurants was a
Yes.
great way to do that.
Oh, they were constant finger fests, right? I
or
mean,
thumb fests.
yeah.
depending.
Who wasn't hooking up with another bartender or waiter
Oh.
or manager in my case?
Absolutely. That's where I learned the phrase "don't shit where you eat." And then for some reason, when I was dating the bartender at the Hard Rock, I kept having dreams of all my teeth falling out. So who knows?
But I always have those dreams. And
You
and
do?
yes, I often have dreams that my teeth are falling out. Often.
What?
And they're very realistic. Often. And I've heard
wonder
it's
what that
control.
means.
I've heard it's something about you're worried about money. I've heard all these different interpretations. I've always asked my dentist and they're like, I don't know.
It's because you're brushing with hemorrhoid cream, you guys. You got to stop that.
To be clear, I did not.
I know we're going to get to the Amy Schumer show, but
We
can
sure
we just real quick?
Yeah.
This is a little bonus gift. Maybe we'll even do this as like a bonus pod, but we got to direct people to the Twin Flames podcast. I know we've talked about it.
Right. Is there a new one this week? I haven't heard it yet. Okay.
Okay. It's the last one.
Oh, right.
So it's really, there's only 6 of them,
Yeah.
but like, my God, I want more. And I went to their website.
You sure did. You sent
There's-
it.
Oh yeah, they're still working. Like they're still doing it. I am so goddamn fascinated.
So if
Ooh.
if you're a brand new Fandy, and you're
Welcome.
just tuning in, Twin Flames is a podcast about, like, if you can't find love, you go to Twin Flames University, run by 2 absolute nut jobs, and they teach you how to like stalk a person into loving you. And
Well, they teach you how to love yourself so that the person you're stalking will realize your divine potential. You sound very judgy the way you just said that.
you sound like you have sold the product the way you just said that. That was a
I'm
very
just saying-
impressive pitch.
I'm just saying you going back to bartending without going through my seminar first would be a waste of your time. You know,
Okay.
Yeah.
Duly noted. Yeah, Twin Flames is bananas. The things people are doing, denying their own genders and identities, and like, I think I said it on the podcast before, but a restraining order is a good sign. Means you're getting to them. You're getting to your twin flame. It's really a fun, bonkers podcast.
It's great. You don't give up on your twin flame ever, which is that's why I'm still doing this podcast. Do you know what I mean?
That's why I asked you.
I'm never going to let you go.
Gonna hold you in my arms forever. And meanwhile, the rise and fall of LuLaRoe is getting worse and worse. It's just interviews with experts. And I want the story. I want to know what happened. Why were the leggings moldy? And they're not getting to it.
Yeah, I know. It's a little bit like that Inventing Anna, which, by the way, quick update, real quick.
Yeah.
It did deliver on the story, but there was still more like useless fluff that you're like, oh no, I don't need all this. This is clearly fake, you know?
Right.
But it did deliver on the story. It got
all the way through?
We did.
Wow.
We went all the way through. It's still,
Wow.
I got to say, it's still real hard to get through. Like 3 and 4 were really good. Then 5 and 6 were like, and then 7 and 8 were pretty good. But it was good enough. It was an interesting story regardless. There's a fantastic scene with the lawyer and
the one who was earning money to help his ma pay rent, that lawyer?
Yeah, he got a real meaty scene.
How do you have the time, though? Because you are a very busy person. And when I ask you to go to dinner, it's like, whoa, I'm so busy. It's because you're sitting and watching Inventing Anna?
You know what's interesting?
I'll be the judge of that. Yeah.
You haven't asked me to dinner in a while.
You're coming over Sunday night. What are you talking about?
No. That wasn't that wasn't an indictment of you and how ungenerous you are with begging me for my time. That was it weirdly after COVID, it's just not as busy as it was. You know what I mean? Like I sometimes I have school meetings, whatever, but I'm not watching television till 9:00 at night.
Oh, you mean starting at 9:00 at night?
Yes, I get in an hour.
Insane.
I know. Well, right, exactly. I get in my television between like 9 and 10 at night, and then it's off to bed. But
wow,
you're asleep by then. So yeah,
yeah. I made Jer watch Life and Beth, written by, created by, starring, and some episodes directed by Amy Schumer.
Yeah.
You hear angels when you hear her name, don't you?
She's so talented.
Oh, God. I can't. I'm scared where this is going. But I made Jer watch it like at noon on a Saturday because that's when I'm at my most alert. And normally he refuses because he has weird hangups about watching things he believes should be watched at night during the day. He won't do it. But I was like, but this is for work. This is for the podcast. So
you're making him do it?
Yeah. Well, I was like, you don't have to watch with me, but this is when I'm pressing play.
Right.
And he did watch with me.
Oh, good. And so what was the Jer's reaction?
Well, Jer and I have the same thoughts, but I would like to know your thoughts about Life and Beth on Hulu.
Okay. It was I was so excited. I had very, very high hopes. I was looking to see if it had any Rotten Tomato reviews because I always like to judge what other people are thinking before I know what I'm thinking. Exactly. It's just helpful to me. I'm a follower. Yeah. But no, I was really excited, and I thought the stuff with her mom and this opening scene with John Early and his writing partner, who I'm so sad, Kate Arendt, is that her name? I can't remember her name.
Okay,
but they're goddamn geniuses.
We love them.
I love them, and I thought that opening scene was so fucking great. The turn that she makes from being like, maybe I'm a motivational speaker, maybe I'm just a saleswoman. Now I'm having a nervous breakdown. Now I'm back to being a saleswoman. I thought it was just brilliant.
Could we play a little bit of it, Pete?
Yeah,
149 to 251. Here is Amy Schumer as Beth, and she is a wine rep at a restaurant trying to sell John Early and his writing partner. They're fantastic. She's trying to sell them on the wine. Go.
My aunt's gay, so I get it. Okay, I'm not gay, but I say partner because I feel a little bit embarrassed saying boyfriend just because I'm like, barreling toward 40.
Oh, you don't look 40.
Really? That's funny. I feel 100. Yeah. Matt, my boyfriend partner, always says I seem like I'm 100 just because, I'm like, whatever. He's really funny. He always says stuff like that, like a rain cloud, all this, he's that guy who's like life of the party, he has a million stories. He's so, yeah. And we could get married, of course, and we will. As just, we're happy with the way things are right now. So, it's one of those, like, why change? Yeah. I don't even know if I want kids. So. What was the question?
No one asked a question.
Right.
So she never finishes a sentence. She is justifying all of her own insecurities in 1 minute, this is 2 minutes into the show. It sets the tone so well. She's like, oh, well, I'm old. I'm in a bad relationship, but it's not really bad. He's really a good guy. I know I've been there. I know you've been there. We won't name names, but we know who we're talking about, right?
But I'll post it on the Mandcave on the private Discord channel.
Please do. Names and ways to contact those exes. It was, I just love Amy Schumer. You could feel her voice, in the writing. And
totally.
That got me so excited for what was to come.
Yeah, me too. I love the scene in the office with her coworkers. I think the boss is this really fun character. She's so sketchy and broad, but she's grounding it in this great, like Melissa McCarthy, Will Ferrell kind of way, and I'm totally enjoying it. Huh?
It's a man. We looked it up. It's a man.
It's really a man? It was a
woman in
trans man?
drag. He or she. Now
I'm being super politically incorrect. I thought it was like either a trans man or a woman dressed as a man. That's what I thought.
I'm gonna get some names here because we owe it to these people.
I'm not sure what to call him or her, but so fucking funny, so damn funny. I loved it, and I think the boyfriend's good too. I like that Amy Schumer is dressed in dowdy suits and like she plays the sad sack, the Ben Stiller-ish kind of. Every woman, I'm a failure and I hate my life.
Right.
Really, really well.
So might I interject?
Yeah.
Murray Hill, which is an amazing name, plays the boss. New York City legend, comedian, host, and international entertainer. Murray Hill is Mr. Showbiz. He's a relentless shtick slinger, larger-than-life personality, and freewheeling ad-libber. For 10 years, he toured the U.S. as the original host of a burlesque show. So he's a he, or it could be a woman in drag that is. They just refer to the character as him.
Because Murray Hill's a neighborhood in New York.
Correct. Which,
well, he's phenomenal. I love watching him. I loved him. I'm going to go further though and say that then we go to the shopping scene with the mom. I love the mom. I love their banter, and then it goes into this really dark. Not really dark. That's a terrible description, but like comedy dark. Like suddenly it's sad, and I'm feeling like it wants to be Kristen Wiig in, the siblings. Oh, shit,
Skeleton Twins.
Movie? Yeah, sorry, thank you. The Skeleton Twins. Like Kristen Wiig was suddenly like, I'm a dramatic actress too.
Yeah, and
she is a great dramatic actress. I don't think Amy Schumer is a great dramatic actress, and so when it started to go into drama world, I was just taken out. I wasn't even sure of the conflict. I mean, I love the jokes with the boyfriend being so close to the mom. There were some funny things there,
right?
But tonally, it started to go super bumpy and off the rails. I feel like I was in a car and then it broke down and I wasn't sure how to get to my destination. I didn't like it.
I'm shooting daggers at you through our Zoom. And
go ahead.
Did you like Trainwreck?
Yeah, I love Trainwreck.
And
But it was directed by a man and they know what they're doing.
Fair enough. Did she pull off the dramatic intensity in Trainwreck?
So I said this to, I guess Patrick asked me, like, what did you think? And I feel like she sort of did. Yes, she did. It was enough. It was good enough. But if it had been an entire movie of that, I wouldn't have been on board. But because it was chunks, and I feel like she did an
That is not a nice
job.
Nickname for her.
It was, thin portions of time. No, I loved that movie and I thought she was great in it and I loved it. So I wouldn't have been like critical of it. But I did feel like when I was watching it, I was like, we should, Mayday, we should back out of this at some point because it's not her strongest place. And I start to go, I'm not buying it. And she's so funny and so accessible. And she's such a goddamn brilliant comedian that when she really was just playing straight drama, I was bored out of my mind. I just didn't. And also, she's also choosing a character who's not crying after the death of her mom. So it's like,
right.
There's nothing. She's just like having no emotion, which I'm like, I don't believe that.
Right.
And I didn't. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're wrong.
Yeah.
And I hate you. And
yeah, sure.
I wrote.
Tell me how you loved it.
Okay. I didn't say I loved it. I love her.
Okay.
So she wrote it and developed it with her partner, Kevin Kane, not romantic partner, but he's done everything she's done. And he plays her boyfriend, who I loved as a character. He, yes, he needs justifying. Yes, he's self-involved. Yes, he cares too much, what people think from the outside, and he's insensitive. But it's not a caricature. He also does thoughtful things for her and steps up for her and tries to love her. And it's just a real mismatch. And I found that very layered and interesting, having been in relationships that were a mismatch. And, as much as we joke about vilifying exes, there's so many layers. And I thought they captured that really well, that I understood why they would stay together, even though they weren't really getting what they needed from the relationship. And
but here's the thing. Did you think that she was acting like she was into him? Because I didn't, like, she wasn't even pretending to be into him much. Like, she was in it, but she was so sad sacky and like kind of shruggy and critical of him that I was like, I'm not sure why he's with her, because I don't see what she's giving him. You know what I mean?
Yes. I think it becomes a habit. And I think that they said they'd been together for 6 years. And in later episodes, you learn a little more that like they never sparked. It was always like, yeah, this is good. Let's just do this. And they both settled. Right. And she realizes it right at the beginning of the series. And he, even in episode 3, has not realized it. And, or 3 or 4, I forget how far I got and where he finds a horse, rents a horse and shows up and pledges his love on a horse. And it's so funny. How many episodes did you watch?
I got through 2, I didn't even finish the second one. I really did not like it, and I wasn't on board.
One thing I wrote is Amy Schumer is so deeply funny with such an underlying sadness, and that she has mastered that. So I do take umbrage with you saying, oh, she's not a good dramatic actress. I think she's a very good dramatic actress. I think it's real. I think it's awkward and makes you uncomfortable, which I think she wants to do. At this woman who isn't expressing herself and isn't pursuing her best life and best self. And I love her. And I love a lot about the show. I watched 5 of them with Jer, and we both love a lot about it. We also think it's an inconsistent, not all that well put together show.
Yeah. What was it? What was not put together well? Because I was like, is it the writing? Is it that there's not enough conflict or story, or like, is it just very? I really wasn't. There was plenty of conflict. There was plenty of stuff that happened. Mm-hmm. I think I just like when she's doing the I'm so sad, but I'm gonna put on, like when she's doing awkward, like her awkward karaoke or her awkward moments. It was just the heavy lifting stuff that I wasn't sure how to feel. Because like her mom dies and then she feels nothing. I'm like, oh, okay. So big deal, I guess. And even with the sisters and the dramatic stuff, I was like, I'm not getting this. I'm not getting, I'm not getting it. Mm-hmm. But I also did not get Power of the Dog.
I didn't see that. Because I'm a cat person, but just kidding. But I will let you know where it goes, because I'm still in it. I'm still enjoying it. I still want to know what happens. I am so in love with Amy Schumer. I liked her karaoke song. She finds out her mom dies, and then they're like, "You're up," and she goes up and sings "I Saw the Sign," and Ace of Base, and she's just like weirdly belting it out, almost on pitch. Doesn't know what to do. I like that. Oh God, what am I watching? Feeling. I think it's well done. Yeah. And just a side note, I am often teased for not understanding anything that happens from my waist down. Like, yes, I had a child. Technically, I've had sex, but I don't understand anything that happens from my waist down. So at one point, I looked down to take a note, and I looked back up, and she was bleeding. And I thought she was having a huge hemorrhage, and I was like, "Oh my God, she's dying!" And Jer's like, "She got her period," and I like didn't. I was like, "Oh, okay." I thought it was taking this turn to like she's dying.
I have some great videos I can share with you. It's a totally natural thing when a woman becomes
Ignorance
a woman.
Is bliss.
So that big chunk of blood in the shower in the first episode, I was like, what the fuck is that? And I do know what goes on below. And I was like, I don't understand. I didn't understand what that was storytelling wise. Was that she was on her period. Her mom was right. But
everyone was right. Like,
chunky.
There are chunks sometimes. Right? This episode officially chunks is the drinking game word.
But the thing is, like, it was so chunky. I was like, did she have a miscarriage? Like, I wasn't sure.
Oh, I'm glad I wasn't the only one confused.
And I wasn't even clear on her wanting to apologize to her mom or being mad at her mom. Like, because she seemed legitimately mad at her mom.
Mhm.
And then she was apologizing, and then she was telling her sister, like, mom's doing this thing, and then she was like, should I apologize to her? I didn't get it. Like, I bet if I saw it on the page I would get it, but I didn't get it from the performance, I have to say.
Yeah.
That was one area I knew there was something it was trying to get from me, but I just didn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's because I watched it during the day. I think Jeremy has a point. I did watch it during the day, and maybe things shouldn't be watched during the day.
Oh, okay.
It's different real estate. You know what I mean? If you're watching something during the day, there's a million other things you could be doing. So it's a bigger commitment, a bigger investment. If you're not getting the return, maybe you're more critical of things during the day. I think I have a theory here.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll put you in
welcome.
touch with Jer. Yeah.
Just come to my Twin Flame seminar. It's a bonus
I love
educational thing.
Well, I would think you would like it more because Amy Schumer makes I fucked your dad jokes the same way you do. Sorry, Dad.
Yeah, well, I did. So,
yeah. So moving into episode 2, her mom dies on Long Island, but she's been living in the city, and she basically like has a break, decides like I need to go move back into my house that I grew up in and clean shit up and handle everything, and she is numb. She is not feeling feelings, and there were so many laughs in that episode and so much awkwardness. And one of my favorite things is, and this is personal, it's about to get sexy, but or not sexy, but I'm going to talk about sex. When she's like, "You want to have sex?" And he's like, "Yeah, okay." And then they both lick their hand and just reach down under the covers, and that's how the scene ends. Like, I need Amy Schumer. She's like a truth teller and she just presents it like it is. And I love her for that. So it's the day of the funeral. Hank Azaria embarrasses himself in this, and it's a poorly written character where he's like a funeral director who's trying to fast and for weight loss. So he's talking about food all the time. I was miserable. I thought that was terrible.
Funny. I thought that scene was funny.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah, I did.
How?
I was like, oh, that's a funny device that he can't remember words because he's fasting. And I loved how he was like, trying to convince her to get the more expensive thing. And she was like, I think the second cheapest is the best way to honor my mom.
Right.
I actually liked that scene.
I hated that scene. It was so gimmicky. It was such device is the great, that does not ring true to me. And I like Hank Azaria, but I was mad about that scene. But the scene I loved, and Pete's about to play it, 1935, episode 2, Pete, to 2101.
I'll be right back.
What's going on? Why is everyone I know here? What's happening? Maya, what the fuck is going on?
It's a flash mob. Sorry.
No! Why? No!
Made it through your 30s. That time it really flew.
No.
Not my fault we met when you were 32. Now you're mine, and that's fine. We'll make love.
Oh, God.
Till the end of time, 'cause I make
Someone make it stop. Annie, make it stop.
Yeah,
Annie, I can still see you with your eyes closed.
Sexy and cool. We're getting married. Married. We're getting married. 'Cause I feel so good inside. Beth, we're finally getting married. Ring TBD. What do you say? Are you with me?
Yeah.
That felt like a yes! Drink up! Champagne's on me and my wife!
I missed it. I didn't get that far yet. Okay, I'll have to watch that.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's really awkward and funny, and it's what wakes her up to her life being something she can no longer sustain and be in.
That's good.
So yeah, and then the show goes into a lot of flashback in episodes 3 and 4 and 5. Now that she's living at home, shout out Jonathan Groff plays a really, really funny character in episode 3 or 4. I'm not sure, where he's like a personal trainer and she hooks up with him, but he only wants to hook up with her because she lives in the city. But like he goes to the city a lot, and I mean the F train, right? And all he does is like make jokes about New York City that like bridge and tunnel people make. It's so funny.
Oh,
He's
I can't wait!
fantastic.
I can't wait to see that. I love him.
Me too. And she just taps into things that are awkward about life, and she makes them funny, but lets them be dark and awkward.
Yeah.
And essentially this series is semi-autobiographical because she met her husband this way. He was a chef out on Long Island. She met him. They fell in love. She has met Michael Cera in this, and he's playing her husband. And do you know that her husband is on the spectrum, but she didn't know it until they were already married many years. And he didn't know it.
Oh my God. That's so funny.
Let me, Amy Schumer, educate you. So she has an amazing special where she tells the story. She's like, my husband always had social weirdness, but we didn't know what it was. And he got diagnosed in his like late 30s as being on the autism spectrum. He's got weird processing issues. And she tells the story about how she like went to the hospital and she was suffering so much, and the doctors were like, okay, no visitors. So her sister and her husband go to Color Me Mine across the street, and her husband, to make her feel better, paints this portrait of her on a platter, and it's like yellow hair on a bad body, and she puts the portrait up on the stage, and she's like, this, you can't like make fun of him because he thinks this is good. And it is so laugh out loud funny. And knowing all of that makes the Michael Cera character fascinating because he is flirtatious, but it ain't right. He's quirky and straightforward, but there's something off about him, and that was real for her. So she's telling that story without calling it that story. And I like it all. I wish it were really consistent. There are scenes like Hank Azaria that make me roll my eyes and think, oh, you're better than this, Amy. But overall, I recommend Life and Beth wholeheartedly.
Does it get funnier though? Like, does it have more funny than the tragedy? Because it's the whole sad sacky thing. I'm like, it's not working for me.
There's a lot of funny.
I mean,
Jonathan Groff is really funny as this bridge and tunnel D-bag. She has a best friend.
I thought the guy on the train was really funny. The conductor, I thought was really funny.
Yeah. Oh, he was great. As like the local kid who never went anywhere.
Like those moments I really like. The minute it starts to get to just her looking at her childhood and having flashbacks, I'm like, fast forward.
There's a lot of that.
So
and also they did really bad kid casting, and the young Amy looks and seems nothing like adult Amy, and that just pisses me off.
Yeah.
But her best friend from home is hilarious. She's sassy and all up in Amy Schumer's business, and she's dating, her boyfriend is Gary Gulman, playing a newly rediscovered Jew named Shlomo. And I love Gary Gulman. He is one of my favorite stand-ups. So there are a lot of laughs.
Okay.
But yes,
all right.
There's a lot of sincerity and a lot of shots of her trying to figure out what she's doing with her life and where she's going next. But I love her so much. I could watch her read a phone book. Am I the first person to say that? I think
that's interesting. I would have said that about her, but this is missing the mark for me. But I love her. I love her as much as you do. I just like I'm not on the ride yet. But I also, I said to Patrick, I was like, it really, you can't even watch just 2 episodes of anything anymore because it's not till episode 3 or 4 that you even care enough to finish something.
Right, which I deeply resent. Like, get me.
Yeah.
Pull me in. This pilot pulled me in. I really liked the pilot. I would highly recommend the pilot. And then other episodes have more inconsistent moments.
No, I did not feel that way about the pilot at all. I watched episode 2 to see if somehow it would be better than the pilot because I love the first part of the pilot, and the last half was like fell completely off a cliff for me. But with your recommendation, maybe I'll I do have that 9:00 hour. You know what I mean?
Yes,
and
you do.
I'm open, and I do love Amy Schumer. I loved her book. I just read it.
Like the girl with the lower back tattoo. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I am giving it 3.88 man jobs. I'm getting real specific. I do agree with some of what you're saying about the storytelling, not of the pathos in her dramatic acting. I think she's actually a very good dramatic actress, but it's not perfect, but it is very watchable, and there are a lot of laughs.
Yeah.
How many man jobs?
I give it 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd give it 3. I don't know. That's more for the potential. If I hadn't heard your opinion, I would probably say something. I don't think it's worth watching. But so maybe more like maybe 2.88.
Okay.
But I wanted it to be so good. My expectations were very high. So maybe that's it,
Yes. I would say give it 2 more episodes. They are shorter episodes. I'm looking at you inventing Anna.
Oh, so that got off the hook. I mean, you would have just, it gets crazy.
Unacceptable.
It gets crazy. It is unacceptable. I agree with you there. I agree with you.
Yeah. Well, I have a game that I'm very excited to play.
Oh, good.
So
I'm so good at your games. Yep.
We're
going to talk to the people, right?
We're going to talk to the people.
Yeah.
What do you want to say to the people?
Well, we already said that Mandcave is a production of True Story FM, engineering by Pete Wright, music by Ian Post. So we don't need to say that again.
No.
But I do want to ask if people want to give us ratings or reviews. If you want to just go ahead and pause the podcast right now and click a few stars for us, 5 preferably, and tell us what you think of the show. We would love to hear from you. It's very fun for us.
Most Excellent Chrissy left us a 5-star review. Thank you, Most Excellent Chrissy.
Thank you, Chrissy.
And Most Excellent Chrissy and anyone else out there listening, become a Fandy. Go to mancave.com/Fandy. Did I get that right? Yeah.
You did.
And for $5 a month, we'll treat you right. We've got some bonus content.
Yeah.
We're going to do an Oscars rundown, as only the Mandys can, only for members.
That's right.
Not the rest of you suckers who have not become Fandies yet. So,
plus our very special birthday messages and insights. Yep. I mean, it's gold.
Private Discord stuff.
Yeah. Come on to Discord and join us there. It's actually really fun. Mandcave.com/Discord. It's there's a community channel for everybody who listens. And then there's a secret special members only channel where we post fun pictures and gossip about all the rest of you.
Exactly. And if that's not enough, and how could it be? You can get merch at mandcave.com/merch. And I'm curious, I feel like with both of our admiration of Amy Schumer, there's got to be something Pete's going to come up with that we can wear our colors loud and proud with our love of Amy Schumer.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know what it is yet because this was a 2.8 man jobs for me, but we'll figure it out.
Ouch. The tension builds. Will their friendship survive?
I don't know. I just don't know. Okay.
So you won't be able to do this one in character, or maybe you can. You could choose a character.
I'll just pick a character.
Please, our Fandy Catherine. But the name of this game is Amy Schumer, Amy Poehler, or me.
Okay. Are these quotes from these talented comedians?
From all 3 of those talented comedians.
Okay.
Schumer, Poehler,
or you.
Me.
Got it.
So I'm going to read. You're going to tell me who it is.
Okay.
Are you ready? I have my prop here.
I was born ready.
It's all just me, and I know them by heart, but I'll pretend I'm reading off of this.
Are you going to do like a 3-person improv scene where you play all 3 characters, or?
Yeah. I mean, yes, and I'm going to do it another time.
Great. Later. That's for later.
Yes, and.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I don't think a man who is 15 years younger than me should tell me he is proud of me, unless he's my sober coach or my time travel dad.
I want to say Amy Schumer.
That is Poehler.
Oh, okay.
Now I have to make a big old fail. F for fail.
You are ruthless.
I know. Okay. Are you ready?
Yep.
If I don't wear a bra, going down a flight of stairs could give me 2 black eyes.
That's Schumer.
That's me.
Oh,
and it's
well,
true.
I've never
That's
heard your
me.
stand-up. Okay. I got to get to Jenkies or Laugh-A-Lots. Where is it? Where are you performing next?
Are you just making those up?
Yeah.
At the Ice House. I'm at the Ice House.
Okay, great. Oh,
okay.
It's Pasadena. That's a lot of traffic for me, but I'll do it. It's a Sunday 10 a.m. show, right?
Knowing me, it's 5 a.m. All right.
Yeah.
Cats suck. How can
Yeah.
you love something that loves you sometimes and other times expects you to clean up its puke and poop? Wait, did I say cats? I meant kids. Kids suck.
I don't know. They're so different. Amy Poehler?
That's me.
Oh.
So you should have laughed harder.
I'm sorry.
I was proud of that one.
It's really good. It's excellent. Wait, do you want to just scrap the game and just work on your stand-up? I'm
working
You know
on
what I
type
mean?
5.
Yeah, this is good stuff. We need to get you a life coach. I think there's a new
I could
path
hear
for you.
Jeremy's eyes rolling as I said type 5. I know he's going to call me out for overusing that phrase. Okay.
Oh my God, you guys. Word police. Living with
Right?
the word police. Yep.
My mom told me I didn't need to shave my legs above the knee. I'm basically like Christopher Robin down there.
That's got to be Amy Schumer.
That's my Schumer.
Oh,
I have the Angelina Jolie of vaginas.
that's Schumer.
That's Poehler.
Oh, I've never
Right?
heard her stand up. That's so interesting. Okay.
Well, I don't know how much stand-up she does, but these are quotes I found.
Quotes from,
Or
yeah.
quotes I made up and claimed to be from Amy Schumer. Whatever. It's not important.
I love it.
I mean, Poehler. I meant Poehler. Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes I pee when I sneeze. What? Leave that off my Tinder profile?
That's you.
That is me. Because you know I pee when I sneeze.
Yeah, all the time. That's why we put the plastic on couches before you come over. Or we
Oh,
just
that's
choose
why?
not to be, or we just choose not to be funny. So
Yeah.
any day that I'm not funny to you, like hilariously funny, that's why.
Oh, because you don't want me. Oh, I got it.
I'm trying to help you. Because when you laugh and sneeze, yeah.
Yes. Speaking of down there, let's stick with this theme.
Oh God, yes.
This is where I'm ruining it by laughing. This. Sorry.
Well, whoever it is. Now, here's the psychology. Are you laughing at yourself because you're such a
Oh
genius?
God, it's
Are you laughing
so
because
likely.
you love Amy Schumer? Yeah. Where is
It's-
Amy Poehler? Okay.
There is a high likelihood I'm laughing at my own joke, but I'm not trying to sway you anyway. This is where my poo comes out. Talking about my fudge machine.
Amy Poehler.
Schumer.
Damn it. Okay.
Wow.
Look, fudge machine is a very common phrase. We all use it. There's no way
Sure.
I could have known, which woman said it.
Yep. I dated this guy once who said things like booyah and I love you. He certainly isn't saying them anymore, or maybe he is. It's hard to understand people once you've murdered them.
Is that you? You're laughing at your own joke. You are laughing at your own joke.
I'm the worst.
Oh my
People, you
God.
edit out all my laughter and make me sound
No.
professional and normal.
No, I think, in fact, that we should probably listen to it again.
You're laughing at your own joke. You are laughing at your own joke.
I'm the worst. I'm the worst. I'm the worst. I'm the worst. Oh God. Okay. All right. Couple more.
Okay.
Nothing is more depressing. God, I have Hebrew school giggles now.
Hebrew school giggles. That's very specific.
I know I would get the giggles in Hebrew school, and then of course
Yeah.
the Holocaust comes up, and I would be the one giggling. I'm not right in
Well,
the
to
mind.
be fair, the Holocaust is very funny. One time I was in church and I had a wraparound jean skirt on.
You sure
And
did.
it sure I did. It was Texas.
Yeah.
And it came like loose and my skirt fell down and I didn't realize it. And I was standing in church in my underwear and my sisters start dying laughing. And I'm like, what? And they're like, oh, and I'm pulling up my skirt over my hips, because like it's hard to get it back up over. And we are just, we laughed the rest of Mass. It was impossible. It was just, I miss church for that reason. Church
Thank
laughs are
God
good.
you didn't try to go up and get your snack with, how they give out little snacks on your tongue. Oh, God. Oh, God. I do want to get through a couple of these. Wait, what did I I lost my mind.
Oh, my God. I think we're good, right? I mean, I'm failing at the game anyway. There's no way I could redeem myself. All right, one more.
Oh, God.
Why don't you just email it to me and I'll read it or put it up to the camera? This is ridiculous. I can't read that. I'm 100.
I printed out so small.
I think, let's see. I think middle age begins once you look forward to eating dinner. Oh, it's cut off. I can't read it.
Oh, no. Oh, what? I think, where is that one?
It's in the middle.
I think middle age
this
begins once you start looking forward to eating dinner before 6:30 or when you call the cops when your next door neighbor has a party. That was polar. Did I
that
do
should be you, though.
Nothing is more depressing than a tired dominatrix. That's polar. Oh,
that's funny. Everything's
then,
sexual, I would say Schumer, because she does so much great stuff about sex. Isn't that funny?
Right.
It's good.
Schumer is, what kind of flowers say, I don't care that you have an undiagnosed personality disorder? And nothing good ever happens in a blackout. I've never woken up and been like, what is this Pilates mat doing out?
That's the best joke ever.
Oh,
is that Schumer?
Okay. I'm so sorry. I lost my mind. Tell me what I'm watching next week.
Oh, that was so good. Well, I had something that I thought I was really, really, really going to like, but it doesn't come out so I have to save it. It's not going to be out
until April 1st.
No, it's
okay.
Don't start Googling things that get released.
No, I have something for a future. Oh, yeah, okay.
I would bet money that you're not picking the thing that I'm picking. Okay. But the thing I am picking this week, I'm not even sure if this is a new thing, but I'm curious about it. I heard good things about it, so we'll see. The thing about Pam.
Oh, I heard the opposite.
Oh, okay.
But I wanted to see it, and then I heard so many bad things that I didn't see it. But I'm curious because I want to see it.
Well, and then I think on Rotten Tomatoes it has a pretty low.
That's one of the places I heard. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But your one true love, Josh Duhamel, in it.
Oh yeah, that's why I picked it. Yeah,
of course.
I mean, Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. So we'll get to watch that. We'll see. The thing about Pam.
It's an NBC production, but they're running it also on Hulu.
Great.
Yes.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So that's what we're watching next week. We'll see if it triggers fiery debate like this one did.
Oh, God. This one triggered like something in me. Thank you, Amy Schumer.
Hey, did you pee on your chair when you were laughing?
I don't know yet.
Okay, good. Check it out. Leave it on Discord. All right. I love you. We'll talk next week.
You. Bye.